Paramania Radio.
Come explore all things spiritual with Vicky and Jen as they take a look at mediumship, empathy, psychics, readings, and much more. Check out Beyond the Stars with Vicky Johns and Jen Young, Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, only on the Paramania Radio Network.
Now on Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, join host Tim Malley as he brings you the most recognizable names in the paranormal field on Fox Cities Paranormal Radio.
Look in my eyes, what do you see? The cult of personality.
The views expressed and the opinions given by the individual hosts and their guests do not necessarily reflect those of Paramania, its affiliates, or its sponsors.
You are listening to Paramania Radio.
You're listening to the Parasearch UK Radio Show with your hosts Kerry Greenaway and Jay Lynch, right here on Paramania Radio.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Parasearch UK Radio Show. I am the troublemaker of the crew. My name's Kerry. No, I'm kidding. Hi, Kerry. How are you, hon?
Oh, I'm very good, thank you. You're so naughty.
Every chance I get to be.
That's the
I'm
only
not
way
going
to
to lie about
go.
it. And we are also going to be joined by our wonderful friend, Dr. Dave here. How are you tonight?
I'm doing good. I was just thinking of that song, She Only Bitches When She Breathes.
So obviously, folks, we're going to be in one of those kind of moods tonight. We had a guest scheduled and they couldn't make it, so they postponed it to another night. So we thought we'd just absolutely just open up the conversations tonight and just see where it goes. Let's wing it.
Yeah,
And
that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, that went real well. Let's just wing it.
Yeah, let's just wing it.
All we heard was the clicking of somebody's lighter, and I don't smoke.
Neither do I.
Neither do I.
You got to go smoke.
Sorry, my tongue has just turned black and fallen out my mouth.
And we're not going that direction tonight.
I do apologise, everybody. Okay, so where are we going with the tonight's show? We're waiting for questions from the audience. Apparently, this is how we're going to go tonight.
I mean, it's like I was just sitting there saying. I'm just looking up right now. I've been doing some research today. I've seen one of those old Facebook tests. You go and take one of these little tests and stuff. And it's called the Dharma Initiative. DHARMA Initiative.
Okay.
And I don't really know that much about it, so I've been doing a little reading tonight, and I just happened to bring it up on my phone again a little bit ago. So don't ask me a whole lot of questions about it because I'm probably going to have to read my way through it or bullshit my way through it. And either way, I'll try it.
Okay. So can you tell us a little bit about this?
No, actually, I just told you that. I really don't know anything about it. As large as there's actually an island about it where a bunch of people were killed because some of the one people took over the entire island and murdered the others. The purge, they called it, the hostiles. But it's about social groups. The way I gather from it, the test I took considered me an outsider. There's merchants and outsiders and artisans and all this thing. It kind of takes this little quiz. It was on Facebook and it's on my page. I actually shared it like a dummy so everybody can go look at it. But it's about social groups. But it says it's research in meteorology, psychology, parapsychology, zoology, and electromagnetism. So I'm just kind of trying to figure out how that all plays together. Electromagnetism connection. So it would be about your energies between people.
Electromagnetism connection. Well, see, now you have me.
Yeah. So it's kind of interesting. It's kind of weird. I'm trying to understand it because you start reading along and it'll send me into another thing. I actually just Googled it. I put in Dharma Initiative and it brought up a page. Damn it! I need to pull it up on the computer so I could share a link.
You know, I thought that was to do with. Do you remember the TV series Lost?
Yeah.
Yes.
Didn't it appear on that?
Yeah, and that's why a lot of people have been talking about it again, because it did appear on that, but it's actually started way before that. In fact, when the hostiles took over the island, they can't decide where it was somewhere between 1987 or 1992 that they actually went in and wiped out everybody else on the island. The hostile group did. So it's kind of weird.
It sounds like Lord of the Flies, doesn't it? A little.
Yeah. So
it's more of a sociological thing.
Yeah, but now that they've actually they tried it and they put people on an island, they had these people murder each other. But can we go investigate that island?
That's a reality TV show just waiting to happen, isn't it?
or is it, I haven't read it far enough, or is it really about a show? I don't know. But the Dharma Initiative actually is something that has been studied and looked at before. I'm just trying to see if maybe we got a better understanding of it. Maybe it could put us in another direction for paranormal, because I always think that if it's something we would do as human beings, and if the spirits are truly the essence of a human being, then why can't we do the same experiments in that direction? Yeah. Use it some form of into the paranormal.
Yeah, I think all forms of ologies or exists. Ologies, yeah, I love that.
It's almost like you need to go to the doctor. What do you got? I got one of them ologies.
I've got an ology.
Can you get a shot?
Like psychology, sociology, geology, all the ologists and the exists, like physicists, and I can't think of any others at this moment in time, but you know where I'm going with this.
I'm just
talking of reality TV shows. Talking of reality TV shows, I don't know if you guys in the Americans caught last night's latest offering from the UK. There was a celebrity live paranormal investigation at a well-known fort in the UK, and it was horrendous.
No, we didn't catch it. I didn't even hear about it.
Mate, you're lucky. You are very lucky. There was a lot of screaming at nothing. There was from what I could gather, I didn't watch it. I was actually doing a show at the time, and it got me thinking to take the show in a little bit of a different direction. Shows like that, I know the team that was working, and I know the parapsychologist that was working too. And it worried me that it ruined their credibility.
That bad?
Because it was that bad. We had Z-rate celebrities, I'm using air quotes around the celebrities. They're well-known figures in the reality TV world, shall we say. And they had them on a paranormal investigation. And it literally, from the minute of the concept, I thought, what the hell are you guys doing from a paranormal investigator's point of view? The guys do an amazing TV show on their own without the need for these, and again, air quotes, celebrities. Why would you put your credibility on the line for that kind of show?
To get on TV, and if you get a celebrity, you get higher ratings usually. So it's all about popularity. Would be my opinion, but now they've discredited themselves quite a bit, lowered their standards.
But isn't that quite sad?
Like Richard just said in the chat room, we got enough of our own bad TV shows over here. We didn't need no y'all's.
Well, yeah, it's true. But this is the whole culture at the moment, and it's worrying me a little bit. I'm not going to lie about this. It is worrying me a little bit. You have teams out there working really, really hard to try to forward the field, bring innovative ideas forwards, and push the field forward in a way it hasn't been before. But then you get this culture of TV that is so bad that you get two types of people tending to watch this. You get the general public who just kind of want to laugh and have no idea about the paranormal. And then you get the other side of people that want it so desperately to be something good, and it's not. And then you get the posts all over social media, all types of social media. This is not just one particular platform. And, oh, my goodness, and calling them out on it. And it annoys me in a way because I go, first of all, it's a TV program with reality TV stars. What were you expecting? And secondly, that is nowhere near going to be a proper and paranormal investigation. How would you expect it to be? It's annoying the hell out of me at the moment.
Well, guess what? That's the way direction the world's going in. Unfortunately,
I know it is.
It's all like that.
I know
it's
it
all
is.
like that.
But,
I miss good quality programs like Celebrity Deathmatch on MTV. At least that had some entertainment value.
But why would people get so wound up, though? The serious people that are out there doing proper investigations and know what they're talking about, why get so wound up over a reality TV show? Yes, it's paranormal. It's going to be bad. I'm not being funny. It's going to be bad. Forget the team that works with them. The nature of the celebrities that they've got on, it's not going to be that good in regards to paranormal investigations. As entertainment, it's going to be funny as hell, probably, watching it from a different perspective. But why would you watch it as a serious paranormal investigator? Call out the team that are working with them, because it's not what you would do on an investigation. You can't expect it to be.
But the only, like Dave said, the only reason you, and I said, the only reason you do it is because of the popularity, and it's going to be horrendous because it's on TV and you have celebrities involved. So the people that they're really pandering to is the general public who doesn't paranormal investigate.
Exactly.
Because they're the ones going to sell advertising, because they're the ones going to tune in to watch because they really don't know what's going on. They know those of us who do investigate or have been involved with it a little bit are going to say, that's bullshit, that's bullshit, that's bullshit, that's bullshit. So why do people fall for it and go on social media and bag about it and everything? Because they're bored and they want their attention too. They want their attention to say, hey, look, I know more what they did. They look stupid. They're supposed to be so good. Look, this is what they did wrong. That's what they did wrong. That's their 15 minutes of fame.
Right. Or they're jealous and, why can't they pay me to do that?
Yeah.
I find it quite frustrating that there are teams out there, amazing investigators, getting themselves all riled up over something that really was never going to be good to start with. I'm not being funny. When I read the synopsis and who was involved, straight away I was like, a waste of time. Waste of time. Regardless of the team, I know the team, they're fantastic. The program they do just as themselves, going out investigating, brilliant. However, they've decided that that's, going to be what they want to do. And, did I lose respect for them a little bit? A little bit, not going to lie.
But they got what they wanted. They wanted that attention. They wanted that popularity. And
they certainly got a lot of attention.
And they sacrificed their integrity for it.
They certainly got a lot of attention, but not in a positive way from the people that know them on their actual TV show. Over here anyway. I don't know whether that's gone over to America at all yet. But these are great people in the field. These are great people I've watched and admired for a little while. And when I saw that they'd taken on this particular project, I thought, really, please, guys, don't do it to yourselves. But they did. And it was proved that these reality TV stars that they got on were silly, very silly at times. And it was a bit of a fallacy. It was worse than anything I've seen before.
But we've seen some pretty bad things over here.
I was going to say, we had that one program, and I don't watch them, so I can't remember the damn name, but where they were doing bloodletting rituals.
Really?
For an investigation.
Oh, that was Ghost Hunters International. After Rob Demarest and him left, they had the one thing.
No, I thought it was that new one that only lasted like 2 or 3 episodes a couple years back.
They did there too, but I remember on Ghost Hunters International, they was down in South America and they were doing that, like they was doing a mock sacrifice, and one of the guys actually cut himself and was bleeding out a little bit and stuff for the mock sacrifice and stuff.
Oh, we've never done that in the UK, to my knowledge.
They got hammered on that one.
I bet they did.
Oh, Barry Fitzgerald was part of that one. It was when I was still with it when I was filming at that time. They got huge complaints over that.
Oh my goodness! How far does TV go though with this? When are we actually going to get a program that actually looks at paranormal investigation in a proper way?
You're never going to get it. Never.
Why?
Because it's not entertaining to the general public, and the paranormal field is probably less than 0.1% of the viewers of these programs.
Even if you had 1%, our paranormal investigators, they're not. That's why if you want any kind of serious, legitimate shows, you have to go like there's over here. I imagine you guys got there too. There's streaming things like Roku, Netgear, all those there's tons of them. I can't think of all of them right at the moment. But there's all kinds of where you hook them up to your TV and you get your internet and you get certain channels and stuff. There's all kinds of channels on that. In fact, I even get my BBC through that on my Roku system. There's stations on there that are showing more shows as far as investigators filming, like myself. Our show that we've been filming will air on one of those networks there. That way is actually sent to the people that's really want to watch that show, the people that's actually going to take it and possibly want to learn something from or anything like that. It's geared; those individual stations are geared more towards genders, or not just gender specific and specific interest. And there's more cooking shows like that and stuff on there because it's all your internet TV shows. It's just a spot to get all your internet TV shows in one spot, and it gives you more of a streamline to go to the group that you're going for. It's you can find your little niche there. Where, like Dave just said, your big time like BBC, they want somebody's going to bring them a lot of viewers, millions of viewers. That way, they can sell commercial space because that's where they make their money.
True.
These smaller things don't have to worry about that. They don't care about that as much. They want to get those sponsors, they want to get those advertisers, but they're more worried about getting their reputation, their image, and their genre out there. They want their little niche to be noticed.
I was very upset.
I would be too.
I was more upset about the response. How people thought, why they even thought it would be worth watching.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at Richard in the chat room. Of course the reality stars were stupid. They were in Essex. They were from Essex.
I know, I'm going to slap him when I see him on Saturday for that comment.
Well, maybe
I am an Essex bird. I'm just putting that out there.
maybe I think he might have made that on purpose.
I think he did. He just wants his butt slapped. That's all I'm saying.
Now that's a whole different show.
That's the other channel.
Parasearch UK Radio Show is now going rated NR for not rated. All those under the age, or is it NC-17? Sorry.
Oh, man. But it's the same thing over here. We got to allow that too. And you see any of these shows go out there, and if you want to follow certain little groups and things like that, for every group that's out there and every TV show that's out there, there's 20 support groups and there's 30 groups that says they hate it and want to go in there and bash it, just going to make fun of and tear apart everything they do. That's the bad thing about this field. It doesn't matter who puts it out there, whether you film episodes and stuff and put it out there on your own YouTube channel or what, somebody's going to come along and try to tear it apart. That's just because people are assholes. And that's more just jealousy or just insecurities or people who just don't really care. They're just trying to see if they can get a rise out of you. Because that's what they do. That's how they get their kicks, keeping that stuff stirred up. Sad to say.
Amen.
See, I get that, but with these reality TV, celebrity special kind of shows, you get what it says on the tin, guys. You know what I mean? You're getting what it says on the tin. You can't expect it to be serious. You can't expect it to be relevant. Yes, they're going to use the most up-to-date kit. If you want to check some kit out, great. You want to see a location, great. But don't expect the investigation to be any good. No disrespect, but it's not going to be any good. It's entertainment.
And but that also depends on your celebrity. I mean, Dave, I know you don't watch the shows, but do you remember? I imagine you heard about it when they had. I think it was Meatloaf was on. The singer was with Tapsat a couple times. He's very into the paranormal. He was very thorough, very sincere, very very serious about it. He wasn't out there just jumping up and down and screaming and hollering, trying to plug his song or anything like that, because he's very much into it. He was dead on, very serious. It depends on your person and their involvement with it also.
Yeah, they hadn't really checked their persons out. I would just say that. As I say, we're not talking like people that were really into the paranormal. We're talking like people that are just getting their faces on TV. Reality TV stars.
Well, and Richard just says the thing is, you step outside the paranormal community and ask people who these paranormal TV personalities are, and nobody will know. And that's why they bring those other people in, because they don't know the you and I will know them as a paranormal celebrity because or somebody's really good in the field because we're into it. The general public don't know them, so we'll get somebody that's popular and reality star, and we'll throw them together. That way, this guy will get out and get known, and this guy will get known in the other universe.
Yeah, I suppose it's like a double-edged sword, isn't it? You're getting the field out there, but you're getting it with, choose your celebrities better, please, please. That's all I can say to any production company out there. Please choose your celebrities better. Get people that are actually interested in it rather than screaming at shadows. Or actually, not even shadows, just screaming because it's dark. It's kind of how it went, guys. And really, please, at least up it to the next level from reality TV stars. At least get people that are interested in the paranormal, and actually want to experience yes, under the banner of entertainment purposes. But, they had some amazing tech. But they had an amazing team and an amazing parapsychologist. However, it was completely degraded because of the level of celebrity they got on. Disgusting, in my view. That's my view on that one.
I wish you learned how to express yourself a little bit more, don't you, Dave?
Yeah, I don't think we get how you really feel, how deeply you feel about this.
Do you not get that point? Maybe I should try a little harder, except I don't really want to go full-blown Essex on you. Ooh. Anyway, moving on. Let's move swiftly on before I do go Essex. No, I was quite cross about it. I was cross because of the level of the program. I was cross because of the team involved and the parapsychologist involved, being involved in that project and not standing up and saying, actually, no, let's have some more better guests on it. And I was cross because the paranormal community called everybody out on it, because at the end of the day, what were they expecting?
Well,
I was actually cross on several fronts on this one. And I've seen today's social media feed, and I'm like, guys, seriously, what are you getting yourselves upset for? It was an entertainment program, purely entertainment. Yes, we know the team. Yes, we know the parapsychologist. However, the bottom line is that was a piece of rubbish, quite frankly. Why did you waste your time watching it? You know you were going to get upset before you even sat down to that television program. You almost like set yourself up to get cross at that TV screen last night. You set yourselves up for that. So don't come on social media calling them out when you knew before it even started, because the format of the show and the people that run it, celebrity-wise this is, and again, air quotes, celebrity, before it even began, you kind of knew what that was going to be like. I did.
Sorry.
I love it when our phones goes off.
That's not my phone.
Oh, damn.
Anyway, I've said my piece on that particular subject. I'm not going to say any more on that particular subject.
And don't you dare make your claws come out again.
And my claws are going back in my little nails.
Hey, I'm just looking forward to next weekend. Not this weekend. I'm looking forward to next weekend, because next weekend I'm going to have a blast.
I mean, Richard has said in there, come on, Kerry, you know what the paranormal world is like. They are very fickle at the end of the day. This is true. I get this. Every community can be like this. However, I got quite frustrated today. Can you tell?
No, not at all. I would have never picked up on that.
I'm not translating it enough, clearly.
No.
Anyway, let's move on, because I don't want to talk about it anymore, because I've said my bit.
Well, how about this?
Said my bit.
How about this next weekend, the 23rd? I'll be up in Toledo, Ohio for the Paranormal Toledo at the Collingwood Arts Center. That's going to be a blast. And I get to debut our new promo stuff for both Paramania and Parasearch radios.
Oh, yes, you do. Tell everybody about that. Let's cheer everybody up because this is so cute.
Well, I haven't posted any pictures or anything yet, but you know, you go to these paranormal conventions and stuff, and they're absolutely fabulous. I know a lot of people bag on the paranormal conventions and stuff, and to tell you the truth, in my opinion, you're missing out on a hell of an opportunity, because a lot of times with these conventions and stuff, you actually get the chance not so much about the celebrities, and a lot of them you can approach too. But there's so many other teams there and stuff. And if you actually take the time to walk around and introduce yourself and talk to people, you will meet so many other people in this field that are doing so many different things and different ideas and different viewpoints and different opinions. That's where we expand ourselves in this field. That's when we start opening up and discussing things with one another. And that's, to me, what these opportunities are. I love going to them because I talk to everybody. I don't give a shit. I walk up and say, hi, how you doing? I don't give a crap whether they're standing in front of a table or behind the table. It doesn't matter to me. They're all there for the paranormal. So why aren't you talking with them? I mean, the celebrities are cool. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to see some more of them. Luckily, I know most of them is going to be there. I already know. So I get to talk with them again. I haven't got to see them in a while. So, but I'll be at Paranormal Toledo. It's up in Toledo, Ohio. It's Saturday, September 23rd from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. And it's at the Collingwood Arts Center. The Collingwood Arts Center is a huge, huge place. It's very active. We was actually blessed that they let us film our third episode for Paranormal Mysteries there and stuff. So it's cool. We got to work with some of the people there. It's got a big old theater in it. It used to have it's got some rooms up behind the theater and the upstairs of it that was used for the nuns used to stay there because it used to be involved with the Catholic Church. It's got all kinds of classrooms where it used to be a school. It's an amazing building. And all the proceeds are going back into the building. Nobody's pocketing money from this event. This is a fundraiser to help Collingwood Arts Center for historical repairs and also for the upkeep and stuff and keeping the place open because it is very involved with the community. And so it's just all about giving back to the community with this one. So nobody's pocketing any money off this, but it's going to have a great thing. It's got all kinds of people. You guess who's going to be there?
Hey,
two of the guys we were talking about a little bit ago, except they weren't involved with the ritual from Ghost Hunters International.
Oh, Barry
Paul
Fitz?
Bradford. No, Paul Bradford and Joe Chin will be there.
Oh, wow.
So, and great guys. They are phenomenal guys. Very approachable, very easy to talk with and stuff. I recommend if you come up, I think it's only like $15 to get in. It's not like one of those events that's $30, $40, $50, $60 to get in the door. It's very affordable. It's only $15 a person to spend the day up there, and all the money stays at Collingwood. Every bit of it, every dime that comes in that door, staying there. So, and you got Chris Tillman. We got R.A. Mehoff. I can't say his name. If you don't know who he is and you're a horror fan, you need to slap yourself. This is the guy that played Leatherface in the movies. Absolutely phenomenal guy. Also is going to be investigating that night. In fact, everybody that I'm talking about is going to be there will be investigating that night. If you got VIP tickets, I can't remember what the price of them are. They're very affordable. But Teresa's actually joining in right now. But it's
cool.
Everybody with the VIP ticket also gets to stay and investigate, and every one of the celebrities is staying for some period of time to investigate that night. All of them.
Oh, that's so cool. I've got a convention coming up.
Do you?
Oh, I do, at the end of the month.
Hell yeah.
It's my very, very first paranormal convention, and you were talking about Joshin.
Yes.
He's going to be there too.
Is he really?
He is. I'm going to meet him.
So he's going to be here on the 23rd and then pop over to the next weekend to England to be over there with you.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're going to love JoJo. He's awesome.
He
is
fantastic.
Phenomenal. Tell him that Jay and Teresa and Dave and them all said hi. He'll know exactly. Well, we're just going to see him a few days beforehand. I'm going to give him a heads up about you, young lady.
I was going to say, you give him a little heads up because I'm going to be stalking him, I think. In fact, all of them. No, I can't believe it. I'm going to Paraforce UK this year. And I'm going with Ashley Nibb, who we've interviewed before. You've met Ashley.
Oh, absolutely. Wonderful guy.
He's the official blogger for Paraforce. So if you guys in the UK are listening, check his blog out because you'll get to know some of the people that are going to be at Paraforce. I'm actually very, very excited about this because it's my very first one.
And you get behind the ropes and behind the scenes with being with Ashley.
Wow, I'd do that anyway without Ashley. That's the kind of girl I am. Like, I wonder what's behind here. No.
Channel.
No, I talk my way into most situations that I want to. But yeah, I'm going to Paraforce, and that's going to be absolutely awesome too. And again, you get a chance to investigate if you've got a VIP ticket. And again, it's not hugely expensive, so you can go. And I'm even, this is just going to be a great weekend. I'm really looking forward to it.
That sounds it. Guess who else we're going to see while we're there at ours?
Oh, so you're going to be pulling out some big names, aren't you?
Callie Cheryl will be there. Remember Callie?
Oh, Callie is awesome. I need to talk to that lady.
She's going to be doing a lecture about energy and basically about putting your equipment down and just experiencing and using yourself as the human tool that you are and investigate.
Yeah, too right.
It's just, which is what her thing about feeling the energy and stuff and understanding the energy flow of yourself and the environment around you. And one of your favorites also. Christopher St. Booth and his beautiful wife Rachel will be there.
Oh my goodness, they're awesome people.
So that's John Kachuba, author, and Scotty Rourke and his wife Terry Rourke will be there. Scotty's a psychic medium stuff. He'll be there doing some things and doing the gallery reading stuff. So that's where we're going to be next weekend, and I can't wait. It's going to be absolutely amazing.
This is like a top trumps of paranormal conventions between UK and America. I don't think I can actually compete with this.
Now I can start throwing in like Tower Paranormal will be there, Lake Erie Paranormal, which is Arthur will be there, and our good friends at Paravisions will be there and stuff. So I mean, there's tons of our friends from groups will be there also. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Good time.
That's the thing I like about it all is it's not just the celebrity factor. It's all the talks that you get, the lectures that you get. It's the people in the paranormal field that you get to meet as well. And you get to talk to so many people. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, I was at a witches convention, and it was the same sort of thing, but on a, witches front. And it was called The Nameless Art. And I met so many awesome people in that, in that world. And it was just amazing. Swapping ideas, talking, everyone's on the same level. No one felt that they was better than anybody else. Just, talking over concepts. I've got this situation going on. What would you think about that? Just brainstorming on a massive level. And it was a great day. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And that's exactly what these events do.
Absolutely.
It's like a melting pot of people. Whether or not
approach it the right way. If you approach it the right way, it is absolutely
in a really positive, open-minded way.
Now,
that's exactly how it should happen.
There's one more I want to ask you about, though. Are you a Walking Dead fan?
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, my God.
We'll be there. Friday night, they're having a private party for all the people that's going to be there, the celebrities and all that stuff. And of course, we'll be staying at Jason's house anyway, and that's where they're having it. That's one of our friends' house. And we'll be hanging out with Theo Crane. What was it character he played in the prison?
I don't know.
I
just know the name.
He's the big black guy that was like tiny or something like that, or what do they call him when they all was in the prison?
Right.
Yeah. Yes, we'll be hanging out with him all weekend also. So
she's going to see Barry Fitzgerald too.
Yeah, she's going to see Barry. That one gets me right there. You better tell him I said hi. I have respect for Barry and would like to meet Barry one day.
You know what? He's written a book recently called Influence.
I can't read.
Does it have pictures?
I don't know. I saw a talk. No, he was at something called the Four Peaks convention in the UK that Graham Smith attended, and he did this talk. And Graham sent me the video link to it, and I watched it. And he was talking about his new book called Influence, and it sounds so incredible. I have yet to buy this book and read it. Hopefully it'll be available to purchase. I know I'm going to come home with books galore. I'm going to have to take like a trolley to wheel my books away at this convention. Okay. But it's about how we talk about our body as a tool and how what you put into your body, like high energy drinks and the food you eat and stuff like that before an investigation, how that can affect you within an investigation and in life as well and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm incredibly excited to meet and listen to Barry Fitzgerald talk.
You better tell him I said hi if you meet him.
I'm going to meet him.
And you better tell him I said hi, and you better get him booked on.
I'm going to put my best flirtatious my best flirtatious tones on.
For all of our listeners, please close your ears right now. Do whatever you got to do to get his ass booked on here.
Okay, I'll do whatever I can do. and this is your fault. That's all I'm saying. If I get into trouble.
Hey, I'm good with that. I'm good with being to blame. That's cool with me. I don't have a problem with that.
So what he's saying is, if you have to push up the girls to make sure you get seal the deal, then that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Well, let's put it this way. I've got a nice little outfit planned.
Push up the girls, pop an extra button. I don't give a shit what it takes.
No, it's Oh, Richard says offer him an interview, Kerry. You might get a free book because he knows I love a free book. Does that, Richard? I get very excited when people send me free books. I don't know if I'd go that far. I'd buy his book to get him as a guest, yeah.
Hell, I'll buy his book and we know I'm not going to read it.
I would actually read it. I read every book I'm given.
I don't, and the one that I need to read, and I hope she's not listening tonight, is Bishop Christina Rakes. She gave me, I purchased a copy of her book. I refused to let her give it to me, and she put one hell of a nice thing in it, and she signed it for me and stuff, and very sweet what she wrote, and at least I read that part. I'm sorry, Christina. I swear one day I will read it. I promise. Just don't know when.
Oh my God! I'll send it to me. I'll read it and tell you what it's about. Okay.
It's wonderful. I mean, the book is absolutely wonderful, and I plan on reading it. I really do. I've gotten so sidetracked, and I'm bad for that. I mean, I squirrel myself when I'm sitting around trying to have a conversation. Can you imagine what I'm like with my 13 other personalities trapped inside my head trying to read?
So, Dave, have you been to a convention recently, or have you planning to go to one soon?
Not recently. It's the last one I went to was the one I met Joe Chin at. It was ShivaCon back in, dear God, was that 2011? I think it was.
Oh my goodness!
So you've been out of circuit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't go for all that. Just not my thing.
Oh, you're too busy. You're too busy running a radio station. That's the problem.
No, there's that, but I just don't like crowds of people. You know?
Okay.
I don't like crowds of people either, but I do. Maybe it's because of getting involved with the paranormal. Maybe it's because of being with the radio stations and stuff the last couple of years and stuff. I do like that interaction, and I do like that conversation like Kerry was talking about earlier. If you approach it the right way, I like the celebrities, and I like getting to know them and talk to them and everything else, but I like getting to know every other person there too, and what their viewpoint is, what their opinion is, what their stance is on the paranormal, what their ethics are about it, what their approach is, what they're hoping to get out of it. That's why I like to get people on the show and talk to them about it. I want to understand all that because each person is actually a little bit different, and all those differences is so amazing. And if we could just kind of pinpoint those and understand those differences, and maybe we can see how close we really are and streamline a little bit more, we could be a lot further along in this build.
No, I totally agree. I think that's the whole point of these type of things. It's a lot of fun with everybody with a like mind. I mean, there's another one going on this weekend coming, the 22nd, 23rd, 24th of September, which is Sage Paracon. Now, some of your guys are over here for that. You've got Johnny Zaffis, you've got Jeff Banninger, you've got Brian J. Cano coming over. And Robert Murch is coming over for that one. And that's in a castle. And that's an amazing event. That's going on this week, this weekend coming. Not this weekend coming, the weekend. You know what I mean? Yeah. 22nd, 23rd, 24th of September. And again, amazing convention going on. Some fantastic stuff going on. And you get a chance to talk to these people where you wouldn't normally get a chance to talk to them. So why not? Why not go and have some fun with people, like-minded people, and learn and brainstorm and hear different points of view and, maybe learn something different about how to investigate. Not just from the guest speakers, but from the public that are going, the paying public that are going as well. That's in a castle.
I agree.
That's in a castle. It's a castle, guys. Come on.
A castle or a big hat? Oh.
Look like a proper castle. It's called Sage Paracon. It's at Warwick Castle. It's like a proper castle.
Believe it or not, I've been seeing that advertised and stuff, and I've shared it a couple of times over here.
Yeah. Awesome event. Run by a friend of mine called MJ. She's absolutely amazing. She's already started organising next year's. Those two events that I'm talking about, which is Paraforce and Sage Paracon, for the UK guys out there, if you haven't got a ticket yet for either event, get it now. Sage is only a week away, basically. There are very minimal tickets left. Get your ticket, go. And Paraforce, you've got a little bit longer on that because that's at the end of the month. But again, get a ticket, go, because you are going to find, you're going to have an experience that you won't get in any other way in the paranormal field. And I'm sure in America it's exactly the same thing.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sitting here. Guess what I just did? I found all 8 of my books. I've got 8 books.
8 to read.
8. Well, there's one I'll never get all the way through. That son of a bitch is about, 4,000 pages. I think actually about 2,000 some pages.
What's that?
The Llewellyn's Complete Book of Psychic Empowerment. A compendium of tools and techniques for growth and transformation.
Ooh, that sounds fancy.
I'll never get through that.
It's that kind of book that you can, like, when you come across something, you have a look into it to see if it's in there, and then you sort of like read that bit. It's like a dip in, dip out book.
No, it's got over 1,000 pages. I'll never finish that son of a bitch.
So, Dave, how many books are you reading at the moment?
I'm kind of like Jay. It's the ADD thing. We're not big readers because we can't keep our minds focused on one thing long enough to read. I'll be reading something, and I'll be like, "Ooh, what's that over there? Oh, I want to go." And it just you don't accomplish anything that way. The only time I really get locked into reading something is if it's something technical, geeky, because I'm a computer nerd for my career and my hobby, and or something highly technical, or something Star Trek-ish, I guess. But other than that, sci-fi. But other than that, I just go,
The one I got right here. I'm 57 pages into this book. It's called By Oak, Ash, and Thorn. It's a modern Celtic shamanism book.
You've had that for over a year.
I've had it for over 2 years. I'm 57 pages into it finally.
Damn.
Teresa, help me out here. You read books, don't you?
Yes, I do.
You'll read them and learn.
Here's one that's got over 200,000.
See, not all Americans are dumb.
No, they're not all dumb. That's a generalization. That's
a generalization of people having a conversation with me. Here's another one. Over 200,000 copies sold. Living Wicca. I've not even started that one. How about the Encyclopedia of Superstitions? I got it for Christmas from her brother 2 years ago. And
that one was interesting.
She's read some of it.
Please tell me you've read all of it, Teresa.
I have.
Hey, I knew you had. See, I knew you had.
I've got a copy of David Weatherly's book, Strange Intruders.
I have not read that one.
I've not read it either.
Hey, Jay,
I just read the cover. Does that count? Yeah.
I read the entire cat book. Oh, but that's all pictures, so.
There we go. I read a magazine once, but it was all pictures.
Oh, my goodness, boys and girls. No, I'm not actually going to include Teresa in that comment. Boys, seriously, what are you doing?
Here's Christina Reck's book, God and the Paranormal, Part 1, Mediums, Ghosts, and the Afterlife in the Bible. And remember, y'all, she is a bishop in the Catholic, not the old Catholic, it's
bishop.
The Episcopal. She's a bishop.
It sounds like you said something else.
She's a big shot, too. But anyway.
Okay. Not what I was thinking, but okay.
She's also a sensitive psychic medium. She's also works with Project PSI. They have actually Dr. Chuck there, who is a neuropsychologist. Yeah, whatever. He's actually hooked her up to and measured all of her brain activity when she was doing readings and things like that. So they're doing it on a very scientific level and stuff, and it's pretty cool the things that they're doing there. And I also have a book about mythical creatures, and also have one about fairies. So I'm done.
quite
That's all
eclectic.
8 books I own.
Now, the ones about mythical creatures and fairies you have looked at
Yeah,
quite
because
often.
because of the elementals and all that stuff that I've been looking at. Just like the shamanist, the book on Celtic shaman.
It's kind of like
that whole earth and elemental thing fascinates me. It's always drawn me. It's what
It's
I
made
do.
up-
You've also had a recent experience with that, which we talked about last week, which has pulled your interest more.
right.
Yeah, it made me get my books back out again. Start looking.
Exactly.
That one's made. You know what the Crystal Bible is?
Mm.
You know that book.
The little
I
small,
do.
It's made like that.
same people make
Same
it. It's-
people.
Yeah.
There's one about fairies and elementals. It's called the Fairies and Elemental Bible. That one's called the Mythical Creature Bible, which a lot of the mythical creatures actually come into with the elementals also.
Yeah.
So that's why I have those, because when I experience things, I kind of like to go through there and try to see if I can't see it, because almost all of them have a picture or something associated with it, and see if it doesn't ring a bell with what I thought I saw or thought I experienced, and that way I can go back and see if maybe it can play into it, and any of the things are similar. And if they're not,
they're
then
they're like reference books, aren't they? So like you say, you can dip into them and look something up and see if it resonates with what you experienced, or you hear something somebody said and you think, oh, that might be in that book, you know.
So here we are. We went through the entire, even for the last 10 minutes, we've been talking about my library collection. And even with you guys having an interjection into the conversation, it still it didn't take me 10 minutes to cover the 8 books that I have.
Well, I am reading David Farrant's book, his second book, actually, an autobiography of David Farrant, who is, I don't know if you've heard of Highgate Cemetery.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of it.
Exactly. Well, there's something called the Vampire of Highgate, and back in the 70s, David was accused of basically black magic and got put in prison for it. And it's his autobiography of
In the
what happened.
70s.
Yeah.
In the 1970s, he was still put in prison for magic.
Yeah.
Y'all keep on your superstitions.
Might have been the
about magic,
60s,
don't you?
actually. Oh,
Even
yeah.
like
He got put in prisons. Yeah, he got put in prison for it.
Over doing magic and being rumors of doing magic.
And
Right.
he was supposed to have desecrated some tombs, which he didn't do. And he was, because of this vampire that was supposed to haunt Highgate Cemetery, stuff like that. He's a fascinating character, David Farrant, so you need to check him out. And I'm reading his second book at the moment that he sent me. Thank you so much, David. Love you. And a little shout out to my little David Farrant because I love him dearly.
Well, yeah, please, David, please just don't send me a book. I mean, Teresa will read it, but I promise you I probably won't, and I apologize. It's not that anything against you. I'm just not a reader.
It's absolutely fascinating. He is going to be Skype linked to Paraforce as well while we're there, so that would be cool. And I am going to go and meet you very, very soon, David. Don't you worry about that. And so I'm reading that book. I am reading that book. I'm also reading a book it's a fiction book, but there's a lot of fact in it as well. He's well researched his Victorian history. A guy called Stephen Johnson, and it's called Ghost Map. I'm ploughing my way through that one at the moment. And I'm reading a psychology book as well.
So you're reading 3 books at one time.
Yeah.
And I'm 57 pages into a book I've had for 2 years.
As well as numerous articles that I read on a daily basis, as well as
doing your own blog.
Doing my own blogs, yeah, as well as writing articles, researching shows, and working on some private cases. Yeah.
And y'all want to know who the brains of this show is? I think we all just figured it out real damn easy. On Monday nights with Teresa, with Sit, Chat, and Laugh with the Lynches, who do you think the brains of that one is? It sure as hell ain't me.
I disagree. You bring the smarts out. You know more than you lay
Oh, no,
on
I'm just saying.
He turns his smart out
I'm
every
not
now
denying
and then.
that. I'm just saying, but I did not get mine from reading. I
No,
did
the
not get
thing
mine from
is-
sitting down and studying. I do quick little. The internet stories are perfect for me because they're short, they're simple, they're to the point, and if you start seeing me in a lot of different directions, like if I got they're talking about this and it brings up another subject, and you click on that link and it takes you somewhere else, that just drives me batshit crazy. Give me what I need. Cliff Notes. I don't know. You guys probably didn't have them over there. When I was a kid, we had Cliff Notes. It was like taking the Odyssey and condensing it into 63 pages. It gave you just the highlights and the main things about it and crammed it in your head in a short amount of time. Perfect for me. Perfect for me. Don't waste my time with a lot of dribble drabble that I don't really care about. That's like Teresa likes, what's his name, Dan Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
She loves.
he's awesome. I love Dan Brown.
I love Dan Brown.
He bores the piss out of me. All he has to do is all he's got to do is tell me that the guy had on a jacket and was out on a fall day. Yeah, I don't need to know that it was a tan tweed jacket with brown flecks and all this. I don't give a shit about all that details. Quit it. Stop. You're boring me now. You're inundating me with details I don't need.
Jay complains when an author gives, when an author gives a lot of detail. It pisses Jay off because he says, if I want to use my imagination, let me use it. I don't want to use somebody else's imagination.
My theory on that is that I don't believe in that thing that's saying that everybody says it, expand your imagination, read. Bullshit. 90% of the time when I'm reading, I'm envisioning what you're telling me to envision. If you give less detail, like Alfred Hitchcock, wonderful, love all of his horror movies because you saw the chocolate syrup going down the thing, but he didn't show you the actual person being stabbed. And your imagination made it worse than what the scenery, what it probably really was. Nowadays, they show you every gory detail. They leave nothing to your own imagination. So you're just being drawn in. You're not allowed no longer to use your imagination. You're given all these details so that you envision what they tell you to do. You're being led along like a little sheeple. You're being led along like a little puppet. And I just don't like that. Let me use my mind some too.
I actually think on the Dan Brown front, you are so off on that. He's really, really good at building a story around historical information. Right. And you can actually take an awful lot out of that as long as you take it as individual segments rather than as a story. He builds a story around a lot of different historical facts and builds that story. But when you look at, when you read his book, the very first one, The Da Vinci Code, and he's got Robert Langdon talking about symbology. Oh, my goodness. It just keys it perfectly.
Some of that is needed. Don't get me wrong, but I don't need to know the exact details of his jacket. That is so unneeded. But
it builds up that character so you can understand that character. Oh, my goodness.
Right.
You just...
But
oh my goodness.
I understand that character has nothing to do with knowing that his jacket was tan with brown flecks in it. Who cares? He has a jacket on.
That lets you know that he was a well-dressed, educated man.
He's got a jacket on. He's well dressed. If he wasn't well dressed, he'd have bibbed overalls on.
Then he'd have bibbed overalls on and flip-flops.
Skippy.
It gives you his character. It gives you a taste of his character. It does build that up for you.
The clothing does not give me the build of his character. The build of that clothing tells me what he's wearing. I've seen people in 3-piece suits who were jackasses and people who were in holy blue jeans and stuff that were intelligent as hell. That does not do anything for that. That's to me, that's just dribble that I don't need. Give me more details of his character. Tells me how he's acting with other people, how his conversations go with other people. His clothing means shit.
But he does. There's a lot of that in there as well. I just think you should. Well, I'm sorry, but I think you're wrong on that one. Dan Brown is awesome. He's doing a talk in Harrogate soon. In fact, I think it's on Monday. He's actually doing a talk. And Mark Manley. You know, Mark, who's my co-host on the Friday night on the Parasearch radio station, he is going, I think he's going to that. I'm actually quite jealous that I'm not closer because I love that man's writing. I think he's absolutely fantastic.
Oh, it's obvious that I'm wrong because he sold millions of books and made millions of dollars.
Oh, yeah.
So he's just not made a penny off me. He has my wife. In fact,
and he's clearly got me too.
One time I said, "Don't worry, you just spend some money on because I spent money out of your check to buy his book." So
that's right.
Kiss my ass. I'm like, all right.
Having said that, I saw a gentleman called Andy Collins talk at the Witches Convention I was at the other day, and just to hear him talk about his journey and what he's learned and things he's done from his voice, from him. Was just incredible. It was an incredible experience. And to meet that person that's lived it, who's written these books.
The Art Theater, and he's also helping out with 2 other locations. We're going to find out a lot more about that.
Oh, cool.
So he's now involved with 4 locations.
We know 2 of the locations are fantastic because we've investigated there. But the other 2 we will get to.
Absolutely. So we do want to thank you guys for going ahead and tuning in and stuff. And sorry I wasn't as involved with the chat room because I was too busy listening to Kerry going on a rant and me going on a rant. So basically tonight was just the host rant night, and we thank you guys
It
for
seemed to be a bit of a host rant night.
We have the Chris and Wayne show coming on next. You guys make sure you stay tuned, and we will see you all next week.
Take care. Good night.
Thank you for listening. Don't forget to join us for more shows throughout the week. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and the World Wide Web to keep up to date with all the shows right here on Parasearch Radio.